Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod, and I am your host, Lester Class. Each and every episode is going to be filled with amazing stories from amazing people. You will hear the different journeys people went through, or are still going through, to be able to do what they love. From the failures to the successes and everything in between. This is a place to get to know the person behind their passion, because people only get to see the successes and not what it took to get there. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe and leave a review if you love the content. Now finally, I would love to welcome you to the Community Pod. What's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod. I'm your host, Lester Class, and I got an amazing guest in the building. I got Prophecy in the building. What's going on?
Yes, sir. What's going on? I'm glad to be here, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. It's
sure.
dope to have you on. What I really wanted to get into, right, is I know that your name isn't really Prophecy.
Facts.
Right? So what's your name?
Take a guess. Something biblical.
Biblical? Moses.
Yeah.
Moses?
Yeah.
I like that name. That's cool.
That's the most, Moses.
That's cool, bro. So I know I brought you on because I was really interested in what you got going on, right?
Yep.
I guess I want to get to know, before we get into all of that stuff, is who you really are. Who is Moses? It's a very loaded question. So like, the way I can make it easier for you is just give me things that describe you, or things that you went through in life that really made Moses who he is.
Oh, man. All right. So first and foremost, I'm a leader, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a soon-to-be father.
Okay. Wow. Congrats.
Thank you. Soon-to-be father. I'm a philanthropist, and I'm a value giver. I feel like those are some of the things that some of the adjectives that describe me as a person. So let's go back to the beginning. From Paterson, New Jersey, right? Born and raised. For those people who know what Paterson is, pretty rough area, right? But I've been blessed to not be succumbed to the environment, my environment. Even though I almost was, right? But by the grace of God, I got up out of the environment. I made the best out of my situation. I was blessed to go to college, right? I was blessed to have a great support system, which is my two parents, which most people don't have in the household, right? My dad is a philanthropist, right? He's the person who instilled that in me, the philanthropist side. He has a nonprofit organization called Haitian Civic Organization of Paterson, which I'm actually in the process of taking over. So it's a nonprofit. We basically aid new coming Haitians come into the community, right? So whether that is finding opportunities for them as far as employment, teaching them the language, right? Teaching them English, and just getting them accustomed to the American lifestyle, right? And I also am a brother of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
Right, and our principles are brotherhood, scholarship, and service. So, as you can see, like, I'm all about service. I've been giving back since day one. You get what I'm saying? I've been giving back since when I was, real young, and the Haitian earthquake happened, right, in Haiti, and we spent days collecting clothes, food, water, anything to send back to them, because that's an earthquake that killed 250,000 people in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Left even more than that with homeless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the street. So I'm just philanthropy is just me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was born around. That's what I would call myself, philanthropy. I love helping people. Right. So my brand is built around that. Right. Prophecy, in my terms, stands for a message passed down from a leader to the people, right? Words of encouragement, right? Words of, just words of upliftment, words that just uplift the community, right?
Yep.
And our message is to create leaders to benefit our communities, right? So that's kind of like my whole motto. I want to create. I want to help. I want to help build the next generation of leaders.
Yeah.
So our communities are better, because I feel like holistically our communities lack the leadership. You know what I'm saying? They lack role models. If we have more role models, then it will be better communities. Then it'll be a better world. So that's kind of the whole gist of Prophecy Clothing, right? I'm just trying to uplift people, trying to help people as best way as I can. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I do several other things. Rental cars. I got a podcast. I'm a photographer. I'm a videographer. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a business consultant. I just do a lot. I'm just trying to, make the best out of my abilities. Yeah, man.
Nah, I gotta say that's beautiful, because for you to get up every day and do this, it's gotta be an amazing feeling, because at the end of the day, I know that you're not getting up and looking for anything in return.
Yep.
You're doing what you're doing because you love doing it.
Yep.
And that's the most beautiful part about everything. You should be able to do something you love out of love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I gotta say, first and foremost, that's amazing. And I would love to go back, because you said something earlier on where you said that you almost became a product of your environment.
Yeah.
Are we cool with getting a little bit into that?
No, for sure. So I'm from Patterson, Jersey. When I grew up, you can ask anybody from Patterson, from the city, or near the city. When I was growing up, we were one of the top 5 worst cities in New Jersey, the state. I'm talking about killings every week, like, type thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shootings every day, type of thing, right? Beef, gang beef, all that. Drugs ripped my community apart, right? And it was really dangerous, just growing up in that community. So I felt like, at a point, I felt like the only way to, be protected or safe was to be a part of it, right? Which was a very terrible mindset to have. So I almost did. You get what I'm saying? So the story is, quick story, I almost became a part of a gang. I don't want to put the gang out there.
Yeah.
But literally the week that I was supposed to be initiated, the person that was supposed to initiate me got arrested for murder.
Wow.
In high school. So I'm a high school kid. I'm 15. He got arrested. He's 15. He got arrested for murder. They robbed the gas station right next to the McDonald's that I worked at that time. Literally, right next door, and killed a guy. So after that, I really just shook my head, and I really thought, I was like, yo, is this something I really want to be a part of? Is this something that I see myself going through? Is this something, you get what I'm saying? Because it's only, if we're being honest, the streets only lead to 2 situations, 2 paths. It's either jail
or you ain't go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just felt like that's not me. That's not.
Yeah.
I feel like I was at that point. Around that point, I wasn't doing pretty good in school. But after that kind of motivated me to do good.
Yeah.
So that kind of set the path for me to go to college. I feel like that experience without that experience right there,
you wouldn't be who you are.
I wouldn't be here. Because that was somebody that was close to me. I was real close to that guy.
Yeah.
I think he's still in jail to this day. So
I gotta say, just to relate to you a little bit, I gotta say, whatever you go through in life is really what builds you to being who you are today.
For sure.
Myself, I haven't spoken about it in a while, but a lot of people closer to me, I almost went to jail for 37 years for a crime I didn't commit.
You?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So a reason I do this podcast, and I feel like God has His ways in making people meet.
Yep.
And I really believe that, you know what I'm saying, us sitting here today is I was supposed to meet you.
Yeah.
It's dope to hear your story, because at some points you do sometimes feel alone, that you went through something like this, and you were almost became a product of your environment.
Yep.
And it's hard to talk about because no one can relate like that. You know what I'm saying? So one, I gotta say, it's awesome that you're cool with saying stuff like this, because it's sometimes after saying it so many times, it becomes like there's a numb feeling where you don't really want to talk about it, because it became a custom to who you are. Like,
sure.
I went through this. It's cool. I'm good. Yeah. I don't need to keep talking about it. But I think sometimes we can forget as people that went through things like this is that sometimes people do have to hear it.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's what made you. It doesn't define who you are though.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And you got to think, right? I kind of went through an identity crisis, right? Because let me throw this in there. Obviously I'm Haitian, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a new generation like to American. So my parents are straight from Haiti, right?
Yeah.
They come from Haiti. So me coming here, I was born here, right?
Yeah.
And my sister. So me coming here, I kind of wasn't, growing up, I really wasn't proud of being Haitian, right?
Okay.
You got my parents who are like super Haitian, super Christian, right? But I wasn't proud at the time, right? And you got the kids. It wasn't really cool to be Haitian back in the day. Like people, especially with my skin color, it wasn't cool to be my skin color back in the day, kind of. People would make, jokes.
Yeah.
So I kind of was going through like identity problems. I didn't know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that, I would say that right there kind of led to me even thinking of doing that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I say like me, when I become a father, like I really want to teach that like identity, because I feel like that's so important. You just got to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know where you come from. Like, bro, my heritage, bro, we come from leaders, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're the first Black Republic. That's not something everybody could say. Like, we was the first ever to free ourselves from slavery. Like, that's something powerful. Like, people don't know Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Like, a lot of people don't know them. And they set the tone for a lot of Black revolutionaries ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They set the tone.
Yeah.
So, I really had to look deep, man. Like, look deep into myself, look deep into, like, who I am, and just trust that, all right, God got a plan for me. So I'm not even going to go that route. Like, there's a lot of different things about me, too. Like, I don't smoke. I've never smoked in my life. And a lot of people think I'll be lying. I'm dead. Like, I've never smoked in my life. I've never drunk in my life, ever.
Oh, wow.
Like,
okay.
Ever, right? And that right there, I do it because it's me.
Yeah, it's who you are.
Like, it's me. Like, I chose not to. Like, at a very young age, I said, all right, this is not what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. It took me a while to find my identity. And when I found it, I started to feel comfortable in my shoes. And the confidence just shot through the roof. So, that's another thing that I feel like made me into the person I am today. So.
No, that's awesome. So, and I think people forget how important confidence is, because without confidence, a lot of the things that you want to accomplish in life don't happen. And I like that you bring up school a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That what sucks, it really does suck, and it comes with everything that you just said with leadership in communities, and that could be as small as a teacher.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
So for you to be a student in school, and I can say that there's probably a lot of people that felt the way you felt, where you can't even be comfortable in your own skin, in school. And school's supposed to be this place where you go to learn. You know what I mean? And it becomes, especially, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of it happens in middle school, especially, you know what I mean? Like going to school, and then everybody in middle school, I feel like is trying to find their identity. Yeah. And with them doing that, they're falling into other people's bad habits as well.
Yep.
Where they're like, oh, somebody's making fun of him for his skin. Let me do that too, because that's what's cool.
Yep.
So I feel like school can be a place that is supposed to build you up, but because of I feel like it also has to do with where you grow up. Because if you live in a good community, maybe you're going through a better experience. I have no clue.
Exactly.
But coming from a poorer neighborhood and knowing that going to school every day was kind of like just getting ready for it was kind of like, I got to be prepared because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's crazy that, you know what I mean? Like, because I can see it in myself as well. Like, just going to school, it was always like, I got to be prepared, because in middle school, I was made fun of for missing a tooth, and I'm still missing a tooth. Right. You know what it is? So it's like, I never was able to feel confident as well. And like a lot of our creative people as yourself, like, we can't sit down and go, hey, let's just say you wanted to start a YouTube channel. Everybody around you in school is going to make fun of you just because you want to do something creative.
Facts.
So do you feel like you got your feet wet once you left school or like public school, or did you start getting your feet wet in creativity when that individual who's gonna get you in the gang basically got arrested? Was that when you were like, all right, I don't want to do this, I want to be able to be creative and be who I am?
I think the creativity for me started when I decided to pick up a camera.
Okay.
Which was about going into my junior year. Yeah, going into my junior year of college.
Okay.
I think that's when it started for me personally. Because to be honest, I never saw myself as a creative, right?
Okay.
Like you said, it wasn't cool to be you know what I'm saying? And a lot of those like stereotypes and thought processes affect our decisions a lot, and it affects us like unintentionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other people's opinions and things like that, especially like when you're like younger, you're kind of like an empty shell almost.
Yep.
You don't really have an identity, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you don't really know what you like. You don't really know your interests, your dislikes. A lot of times, our interests, our likes and dislikes are influenced by other people.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's influenced by your environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's influenced by your religion.
Yep.
A lot of people don't talk about that. You get what I'm saying? Because if I take me, right, and if I take my whole life and I switch up the nationality, and I place myself in a suburb, I would be a completely different person.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm the same, like, human being.
Exactly. Yep.
You get what I'm saying? It's weird. So a lot of people don't understand that. So that's why you really got to find your true self. That's why I do a lot of meditating. Like,
Okay.
I'm a very spiritual person. I don't meditate as much as I should, but I do meditate, and it does help a lot. So just finding your true self and finding that creativity, like you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
is so important, because a lot of us might not be doing something that we're supposed to do just because we inherited other people's likes and dislikes and opinions and thought processes from just being friends with people.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people try to fit in.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? I'm not one of those people. You know what I'm saying? I like to fit out more than fit in. I don't know if you just heard what I just said. I like to fit out more than I like to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be cool with everybody. I just
Yeah.
don't. You know what I'm saying? I would like to call myself an extrovert.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
term, right? So, and like you said, the whole missing a tooth thing, bro. I had a gap,
Mm-hmm.
big, like, I had a real big gap.
Yeah.
And I'm dark skinned. So imagine people call me Michael Blackson. People be calling me all type, low key on the racist side a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How people treated me a little bit. But I was just like, all right, whatever. And I kind of, bro, that right there kind of made me hate myself. That's why I say I had identity issues. Like, I almost hated my skin. Like, I didn't really like being dark skinned. That's why I'm so glad I found my confidence, bro. Like, so crazy, bro.
It sucks because there's still people like, and like, even though we found our confidences, like, there's people out there that don't, or that they haven't been able to find it because they're still surrounded by people that are kind of like, this is how you're supposed to be because I said you're supposed to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. Like, I just remember being in high school, even in high school, where it was like, it's not cool to be you.
Yeah.
And even after high school, like, sometimes you get into this new world of like, I'm not around the same people anymore. And I like the fact that you said you don't like to fit in. You like to fit out, because what is so cool about being like everybody else? What makes you different? What's going to make you stand out from the rest of the crowd?
Exactly.
Like, what is the point of being part of this fit in group, or when you can just be you? Because that's the point. Damn, that's crazy. That was great. My bad. But back to what I was saying, like, it sucks that being creative is kind of like shitted on. You can't be creative.
It sucks, but then it doesn't.
No, exactly.
You got people like Virgil Abloh.
Amazing.
You got people like Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
You got people like Pharrell. You got people like, all these dope creators who stand out, and they're going to forever stand out because they're so different. So it sucks, but it doesn't at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like it like that, because if you're different, it's going to be easy to stand out.
Exactly.
And sometimes standing out is what you want. So
people gravitate towards people who stand out.
Exactly.
Because then they're like, why is he so different? Well, where's that confidence coming from? I want to know how that's like. I want to be my own person.
Yep.
Like, what was it like going into the, because I can speak about just your clothing, but there are so many fields that you have, pursued, whether that's podcasting, going to college, getting your degree, renting vehicles.
Facts.
Like you do a whole bunch of stuff. What is the key to you and being able to handle all this stuff and being confident every time you step in the room when you are to present yourself that I do all these things?
Yeah.
Because just to extend the question just a little bit more, of what I mean is, like, you're a young entrepreneur. There's a lot of older entrepreneurs and I look at you and be like, he's lying, or like he's not really doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So what is it like every time you got to prove, not prove to yourself, but make sure everybody knows that I'm the guy, I'm that man in the room that's going to show everybody else that I can do it. Doesn't matter what nobody else says.
So for me, I'm so like, I don't see. So for me, right, those opinions don't matter to me, right? Because for me, all I'm thinking about, bro, is I'm trying to feed my family at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you believe me, if you don't believe me, that's your choice. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You could believe I made a mill. You could believe whatever. You could believe I'm broke. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never started this to like prove somebody that I do something, or that you're gonna at a certain. I'm gonna get to a certain point where it's like it's no denying it, right?
Yeah.
When you see my clothes in stores that you shop at, it's gonna start sinking in. Like, all right, he's really getting to it now. He's getting bigger than ever, right?
Yeah.
It's just a continuing process, and I think even the confidence, I had to even build my confidence with that, right? The whole business, because I used to be scared to post my own business. Imagine being scared to post your own business. You know what I'm saying? I used to, but now it's like I'm prideful in what I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm prideful, like, and I do it better than a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to succeed. I'm just trying to really be great. And if you don't believe that I'm on that path and I'm growing by the day, then that's up to you, man. That's how I live.
Nah, yeah. Like, I like that you said that the opinion part, because to me, like you said, opinions really do not matter.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to picture you the way that they want to picture you for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Nothing's going to change that. The only way that society or people are going to change that is when, and it sucks to say, but it's the truth, when you get a blue check by your name. They're like, oh my God, look.
That don't even mean
no, it
nothing.
don't mean nothing. But to them, it will. You get what I'm saying? They're going to look at you like, oh my God, look who he's doing.
Because
of a status.
If we're being honest, you could be on a college football team.
Mm-hmm.
You could be on a high school football team, and you could be very popular, and you could get a blue check.
Mm-hmm.
And then in college or after college, you are you're like a nobody. If you don't go to like professional sports, you still have that blue check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People not really, like, your engagement, you just a person with a blue check.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So,
but isn't it crazy how, like, society on its own will see, let's just say they go to your page right now and they see Prophecy Clothing Store, right?
Yeah.
No blue check, right? But at the end of the day, you're still doing your thing.
Yep.
Next week they check and now you have a blue check. Are they going to take you more serious now that you have a blue check, or not because you did or you don't?
I think so. I think with clothing brands, I think that's more I don't think it's like a take me serious type of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's more of, all right, for my new customers, they don't really got to doubt now.
That's what I mean.
Because
Yeah.
like a lot of people, you know, be getting scammed
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. You get what I'm saying? Now they don't have to doubt that I'm like a legitimate business, and they could place an order without even having to look for social proof. But to please other people, bro, I don't.
Nah.
Bro, my stuff gonna sell without you or not.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't care about friends, family buying my stuff, bro. I don't care, bro. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a billion people out here.
Mm-hmm.
You think I care about these 20 people that's not buying my stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I got customers in London, bro.
Yeah.
I got customers in Canada, Africa, Colombia. I'm not worried about Patterson, New Jersey.
Nah, exactly. Yup.
Customers like that, bro. Like, come on, man.
Because at the end of the day, the reason I bring that up is because myself, I just started this podcast, right?
Facts.
Not many people are going to take me serious. Why?
Yeah.
Because anybody can say they're going to start one.
But exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep doing this for 10 years plus, and now you Revolt give you a check, or Apple give you a check, or somebody give you a check, then they're going to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you that. You get what
Yep.
I'm saying? Podcast now became the laughing stock of media, right?
Yep.
Because it's so easily attainable. It's so easily to call yourself a podcast, to start
Yep.
a podcast, right? And talk about topics that don't really
Matter.
push the initiative
Mhm.
forward. It don't really talk about topics. They talk about bullshit, if we're being
Yep.
honest, right?
Mhm.
But like, that's why when it comes to people who's like actually adding value, people who's actually like, you know, talking about something, they still not gonna take you seriously because they got the podcast attached to your name. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why a lot of people are starting to change their name to Show.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
No, it's
Instead,
true.
you get what I'm saying? So
And
yeah,
it's but I also feel like when it comes to podcasting, and I don't want everybody to think we're getting off topic. You know, you do a podcast, so we can talk about it.
The Value Menu podcast.
Yeah, shout out. I gotta say that I feel like when it comes to podcasts like ours, where we bring actual quality to stuff, we stand out quickly because
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about, like you said, bullshit. So why listen to a bullshit podcast, right? And you're not getting anything beneficial out of it. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's funny podcasts out there
For sure.
that are enjoyable to watch, but there's also people that are trying to put stuff out there that are actually going to help you out in life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we
Sometimes
easily
that
can
gets-
stand out.
Sometimes that gets filtered into the bullshit though.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. And that's why I feel like when it comes to podcasts or anything like that, when you do, like for me, and I feel like you can agree to this, when you go to do something, you got to be the best at it. Don't go and try to do something and be half-assed with it.
And you gotta be consistent.
Mhm.
Like you gotta be like, if you do this for 10 years plus, people gonna notice. Like
Yep.
it's hard not to notice. Like, yo, this guy's still posting, bro. Like it's been like 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you're gonna be on a different level because it's not people out here that's talking about that same the culture bullshit,
Yep.
right? They're not doing that for 10 years.
Mhm.
They're doing it for a year, quitting. Because it's like they run out of topics.
Mhm.
You talking about 50-50 and going 50-50 with your woman and
Yeah.
doing, is it right, or should he pay for the first date? What
It's
is
good-
that doing to elevate your
Nope.
community? What is that doing to, you know,
To help nobody. It helps
we
nobody.
have those conversations every day
Mhm. And now they're
on
putting-
Twitter, and
They're putting it online, right? Because that's what's trending right now. What's trending is why it sucks. Because this is what I want to talk about, another topic. I also have shout out Lamia. She's coming on the podcast. She does her own clothing, and it's hard for female entrepreneurs to get their stuff out there because women are getting bashed right now
right.
for just being women. Like, don't get me wrong, there's women out there who believe that everything should be done for them, but there's also women getting it. They're going out there every day working their ass off
Facts.
to be able to put themselves out there, but because there's men out there and they don't believe in toxic masculinity,
Absolutely.
that they can just say whatever they want and it's going to be right. It's not right. It's not okay to say that stuff, and I promise you it's going to be a trend that's going to die very fast,
Yeah.
and your name will be attached to how toxic
Bro,
you
it's a
have
new
become.
podcast every day, and it's about the same stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
But yeah, so I want to get back into you, right? so I know that you said the name prophecy came from basically kind of what the Bible talks about.
Yeah,
where
I took the biblical concept
Mhm.
and kind of made it to my own.
Yeah. So, was there any name that you had prior, or
No.
prophecy just stuck?
No, I'm gonna be honest. It just stuck. Little backstory. I told you I was in a frat.
Hmm.
My line name was Prophet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Moses
Mhm.
is a prophet, right? So it just made sense.
Hmm.
I was really thinking. I was trying to dive deep. I was like, yo, what can I name this brand? Like, oh, I could just go this route. Boom. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people already see me as a leader.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I like to, like, I go out and talk to, kids and stuff like that. Like, I like to, network with other leaders, people who like talking about big stuff. Why not base my brand about something similar? So
Yeah.
I didn't really have that. It kind of, I'm actually, I wouldn't say, I would say I'm pretty good with names.
Okay.
Well, when it comes to like naming stuff, people
Yeah.
have a hard time
Yeah.
because they don't really have a concept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the Value Menu
Mhm.
podcast came to me so quick, because I was like, yo, I love providing value to the community. The Value Menu.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? So names really come to me quick. So basically, I didn't have no name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. And that's cool though, because it made the process a little bit quicker for you. Because, like you said, there's people that can't find names and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And I know that like you said with podcasting, that like a lot of it can be summarized or categorized all together as like the easiest shit you can do.
Yep.
Anybody can do it. How do you feel when people say the same thing when it comes to clothing? Because a lot of people do clothing, but it's about the quality.
Oh,
I feel like.
I love this
So
question.
go ahead.
All right, so when it comes to clothing, man, I just feel like I said, like I said before, when you stand out and do things other than what's trendy,
Yeah.
other than what's like, popular at the moment, you're actually doing yourself, a great benefit,
Mhm.
right? Because, all right, so for instance, right, everybody right now in the e-commerce world and the fashion world right now, as far as like new brands, they're dropping like zip ups, full zip ups, and flared sweats and beanies. Those are like the top 3 items right now. Like every new brand is selling that.
Okay.
And me, when I seen that, right, I'm just like, all right, I'm not doing that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I just stuck to what I know, so dropped a sweatsuit. I did drop a beanie, but then I realized other people was doing the same exact thing. So I didn't restock that beanie because it sold out, right? And I dropped a whole nother one that's different from what everybody else was doing. So that's what I like to do. Like, I like to drop different type of pieces, right?
Yeah.
There was a point in time people was doing the same type of logos and stuff like that, and I kind of drifted away from that,
Mhm.
right? So at the end of the day, people are there's going to be trends, right?
Yep.
And people who are not as creative are very susceptible to those trends.
Mhm.
So when you don't have a real good concept, an idea, something, a good background behind the brand, it's easy to go ahead and look at some gallery department sweats and copy it.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's easy to look at bigger brands and copy what they got.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because you don't really have an idea.
Mhm.
You're not really that creative.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? You just could send a picture to a graphic designer. Hey, can you recreate this but put my name on it?
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? Not really have an idea.
Yep.
Just put and add your own spin on it. That's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to standing out, I just say, just be true to yourself. Be true to your brand. Be different. Like, drop some different stuff. Like, go real deep in your creative bag. You never know what you could come up with. It might be a hit. It might be a miss. You never know. But just knowing that you actually tried to be creative
Yep.
and you tried to, like, stand out from other people, it's just going to make you feel 10 times better. You get what I'm saying? So, like, people will admit that they copy. Like, a lot of people will admit, but they don't really care because they in it for the financial gain
Mhm.
other than the actual passion of having a clothing
Exactly.
brand. So, when people say like the clothing space is like saturated, yeah, it's saturated with lookalikes and clones.
Yep.
But the people that's really out here doing this, we still don't really got that much competition. If we're really being honest.
What I wanted to ask, because you mentioned that you got people basically all over the world wearing your stuff, right? How does that I guess I want to say, how does that feel?
Yeah.
Knowing that people are buying it from different places, as well as what was it like that first time that somebody was like, "Hey, do you ship out here?"
Yo, they didn't even ask me; they just bought it. So
Okay.
the first time somebody bought from me was in Africa, Nigeria, and at this time I had a lot of orders. And when I stumbled upon the order, I'm just like, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the order. I'm like, it say Lagos, Nigeria. I'm like, yo, what? I got so hyped, bro. Screenshotted it, posted on Instagram. And I'm just like, yo, someone from 20 hours away bought my clothes and seeing my clothes. Like, that's really like, that shows you like the power of the internet. Like, someone that I'm probably never going to meet in person ever is wearing a piece of my hard work, like a piece of my brand. And it just feels so good. Like, and then it started rolling in. I got a few orders from United Kingdom, right? Few orders from Canada, all over Colombia, like I said, just different places, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's love, because like, I really want to become like an international type of brand. Like, I want to be everywhere, just like Nike. Like, people know Nike everywhere. I just want Prophecy to be everywhere. Like, boom, stay a staple brand. Like, I'm not going nowhere. So this is the start, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if to answer your question, it feels amazing.
I gotta say, one, I want to say congrats for all of that.
Thank you, bro.
What I gotta say is, this was gonna be a real deep question, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you feel that everything that you have done in your life and been through in your life, doing this clothing, doing the podcast, everything that you do, is preparing you for your kid? You're having a kid soon, and all of it is like bringing you, like, you know what I mean? Like, God has a path for everybody.
Yeah.
And now that you have a child on the way, you being able to find your identity, you being able to be you, how does that feel that now you have like a little version of yourself coming?
Man,
I know it's a deep question.
I mean, I feel like she can definitely learn from my mistakes, right? My journeys, my flaws, things that I've been through in life. I feel like I've been through a pretty decent amount of things that I could, teach her, relate to her. I think I definitely have a great Rolodex of information that I could, teach her, especially since I'll still be learning and being a father at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So anything I learn, I could just, pass to my daughter. And yeah, I just feel good, man. I feel proud to embark on this journey of fatherhood, right? And I feel like I'm ready, right? I know I'm ready, right? I don't really have a choice, but I know I'm ready. And I'm just ecstatic, bro. Like, I feel like I could just pour so much of what I've done into her.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I do want her to like have her own identity. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about, like identity is key.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want her to have her own identity, be her own person, find her own likes, dislikes on her own, and I'm gonna be a huge supporter of that.
I really wanted to ask that question because I feel like it when having a kid, it's going. I can't speak from experience, but it's a life changer.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And to follow up.
Oh, is it? It's a life changer.
Just to follow up on that, I really feel like we already know the answer, but I could be wrong. What inspires you to wake up every day and do what you do?
What inspires me, man? Honestly, this is gonna be kind of off the left question. I really feel like, damn, I don't know if I could answer this on the block. I feel all right. So in a way, I'm not gonna go too detailed because it get deep. But I really feel like I could change the world, like not with just clothes, right? Like philanthropy wise, right? Like I have a plan to really like put in motion like a plan to like actually like do something huge, like not just like nationwide, but something like international that I feel like could benefit the world. And it's gonna, all I could say is it's gonna start in my home country, my mainland, Haiti. I got something big planned. So that right there, it inspires me to keep going because obviously what I'm planning, I need the capital.
Yep.
I need, stupid amount of money, and a lot of resources.
Yeah.
So me changing the world and my dreams, I would say that motivates me to wake up every day alongside, retiring my dad and my mother forever. Taking care of my family, my daughter, my girlfriend, providing for my family. That goes without saying, right? But other than that, my big why is I really want to change the world. I want to be in like the history books type thing. I want to be like a true revolutionary because those are the people that actually inspire me to really go out there and be who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're coming to an end. I have one more question before we end it off.
Go ahead.
I feel like I usually word this question like everybody else, where it's, what would you tell your younger self if you were looking back now to do differently, do the same? But I feel like that now is going to be left on you telling your daughter. So what can you tell your daughter now that you wish you could have told to your younger self?
3 things. Love the skin that you're in. Love yourself, right? Your body's a temple. Just be true to you. 2, be consistent as humanly possible. Focus on one thing and go 110%. And 3, never take an opportunity for granted. Never take opportunities for granted. Take full advantage of every opportunity. You never know what that opportunity could lead to, and you never want to regret anything. So take every opportunity and, take advantage of it.
All right, bro. So that's the end of the episode. Yeah. You are now, I believe we're on episode 5 right now. I think you're on episode 5.
That's crazy. 5 is my line number.
Well, look at that.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so like I said, I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me,
Of course.
Bro.
It's always great to have amazing guests on. Yeah. I only bring amazing guests on.
For sure.
And my biggest thing is that I can relate to is I just want to create a place where because you said early on in the podcast, early up on this episode, where everybody's really divided right now.
Yep.
And I want to create a place where we're all coming together to build each other up, and that's why it's called the Community Pod. Because community to me is I'm trying to build a community that's going to build each other up, support each other, hear each other out, and love one another.
For sure. Because
love is looked at, especially when we're kids, as this ill word. Where like you're only supposed to say that to somebody like a girl or like your parent. Right. But love is so strong, and I can love anybody, no matter the gender, no matter what they look like, because loving somebody is just showing your appreciation for them being here, breathing, and letting them be who they are.
Yep.
Whole point of this podcast, and you represent that a lot. So I love having guests on that represent it. But yeah, so we're coming to an end. I'm gonna end it off. This is the Community Pod. I'm your host. You can look over here right now. This is my guest. We're out of here. I appreciate you for listening in. Leave a review. Leave a comment. Show love. And if this is your first time here, I would like to first thing and welcome you to the community pod.
Real quick.
Yeah, of course.
If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me at Mogul Moses. It's my personal gram. And yeah, if y'all got any questions, I'm always open to answering any questions, business related or even personal related. So.
Nah, definitely. Also, what he didn't, his clothing brand, he just dropped. He just dropped some heat. He's wearing it right now.
Facts.
He dropped some heat. I'm definitely gonna have to cop because they are heaters. But
some heat on my feet too. That's unreleased.
Nah, I saw them too. But yeah, if anything, I'm gonna put his name in the description. Make sure that you get all your tags in there.
Yeah.
Always gotta show love. But yeah, man, this is Community Pod, and we're out. Peace.
This was dope. I ain't gonna lie.